think let's start there. Let's start, what is the metaverse? Because I think that question alone is just a question mark for a lot of people. I'll give you my understanding of the metaverse, and hopefully it helps you to understand. So the metaverse is really just a digital location. That's what it is. It's a hangout. It's a nightclub. It's a country that you visit on your computer or through VR headsets or something to that effect, right? And within that country or metaverse, and there's various different metaverses, within that you can own digital assets. Your NFTs serve as digital assets if they are metaverse ready, whether it be a PFP or a car, or a jacket or whatever it may be, clothing. All of that are digital assets that are in the metaverse, right? So I just want to start off by giving you some practical examples. And, you'll be able to see on OpenSea, if you just go to the home page and you scroll down a bit, and you can either go to trending or you can go browse by category. And if you click on virtual worlds, these are all types of metaverses. Now, NFT-related metaverses like Sandbox and Decentraland, which I'm going to speak to you about, those are decentralized, meaning they're not owned by companies. It's not like Facebook has got Meta, which is their own metaverse that's owned by Facebook. Whereas here, if you own land in the Sandbox, you one of the owners there. It's not owned by a public company. And I think, even Zoom in and of itself is in a way a type of very entry-level metaverse. It allows us to be able to, even what Moreland and I are doing now, the show is in the metaverse in essence, because we're sitting in different locations and we're broadcasting to you virtually. We're not sitting in the same room. And I do think that, the pandemic definitely, I know the pandemic definitely accelerated that type of virtual meeting and made that the norm, because people couldn't leave their homes and they were stuck in front of only the devices that they had around them. And so Zoom came on, and we had Skype before that, and even I think Microsoft Teams, and no one ever used it at all. But all of a sudden it got thrust forward. So here you're seeing all the different metaverses, and we're going to talk about a couple of them. I just want to show you here just so that you can get an idea of who the big boys are. If you go to stats and ranking, and then under categories, go to virtual worlds, and then maybe we'll sort it by all time, just so you can see which are the biggest metaverse type NFTs. And here you've got Decentraland, then you've got Sandbox, and third you've got NFT Worlds. And so I would implore you to have a look here if you are thinking of getting into it, into metaverse type projects, and seeing these are the big boys in the space, right? Now, each of these metaverses are their own location. You can look at it almost like countries in the world. Decentraland is its own virtual location. And in Decentraland, you use mana as a currency. Right. So instead of Ethereum, you can buy with your dollars or your currency, you can buy this cryptocurrency called Mana. And that is the ecosystem of Decentraland. So while you're in Decentraland and playing in Decentraland, you can then use that to purchase and build stuff there. Sandbox has got sand, and so on and so forth. So each single metaverse has got its own almost economy. And, also virtual reality is a great example of metaverse. Put on VR glasses and you're immersed in this world that isn't physical. It's a virtual world, and you can do things there. So I think that if you are looking at getting into metaverse type projects, you want to focus on the big ones, because no one really wants to own a plot of land in the middle of absolutely nowhere in the metaverse where no one knows about it. And unless that's what you want to be a loner like that, fine. But from an investment perspective, and not in a negative way, I would love to go to a corner of the world where no one is and just have a bit of quiet. But the truth is that if you're looking from an investment perspective, it's just like you're not going to buy a property in Iceland in the corner where no one ever goes or sees. cities. If you want to invest, your top one would be to buy, on Times Square or whatever, New York City, London, Dubai, somewhere which is populated, where there's people know about it. So it's the same thing here with the metaverse, right? If you do want to invest in this and you want a good return on your investment, the best would be to get into the big boys like a Decentraland, the Sandbox, NFT Worlds, which is really pretty new compared to these two. And we're going to talk about it in detail tonight. It's an incredible project. So I hope that gives you a bit of a outline as to what a metaverse is. The future use cases would be, we could go, and they're doing it already. You can go to a Snoop Dogg concert in the metaverse, right?
Yeah.
So you buy a ticket, which could either be your NFT, you'd get free access, or you actually buy a virtual ticket, and you can go and be in your avatar with your jacket from Chibi Labs and your hoverboard from Jadu Hoverboards, flying around while Snoop is giving a concert with his avatar with him there. And then afterwards you can have an after party. And so they're already doing it. And that's when we talk about Nike and Adidas, their appeal is, and Champion now, their appeal is that they will be able to have a presence in these popular metaverses, the Sandbox at Decentraland. They could have like a shop there, like they would on a high street, where instead of, they could sell the shoes that they could then, physical shoes that they could then ship to you, or tracksuit or whatever, but they will also be selling digital shoes that you could wear in the metaverse, your latest Nikes, which will maybe light up, or a hoodie or whatever it may be. So that's really, a very brief overview